Are we witnessing the beginning of a real estate drawdown here in Jacksonville, Florida? With inventory levels rising, the market dynamics are shifting rapidly. So if you are considering buying or selling in this current market, these changes can significantly impact your decision. Now, stay tuned as we dive into the latest market trends and what this could mean for you. Hey there, if you are new to this channel, my name is Steven and I'm a licensed realtor here in the Northeast Florida region. I help individuals and families stay informed about the Jacksonville real estate market, whether that's buying, selling, investing, or planning a move to the area. So if you have any questions or need guidance on your specific situation, feel free to reach out to me. I'll have my contact information in the description down below, and I'd be more than happy to help. Now, let's get into the video. All right, so the Florida real estate market has seen some major shifts this year, and in today's video, we're going to focus specifically on the market conditions in Jacksonville. Now, one thing to remember is every market is different. For example, Jacksonville's real estate market is going to be different than, say, South Florida, and then South Florida's real estate market is going to be different than, say, Tampa. Each region has its own unique trend and pace. In this video, I'll be breaking down what exactly is going on in the Jacksonville real estate market using the latest market data. So whether you're buying or selling, you'll have the information you need to make a smart move for your situation. So let's dive into the latest market trends for March 2025. And if you wanted to check these numbers out for yourself, this information will be available on nefar.com. According to nefar.com, which tracks all of our sales all over Northeast Florida, we are going to go over the current market stats in Duval County, which is Jacksonville. All right, so looking at the chart here, you can see that the current median sales price as of March 2025 is $320,000. This number is an 8% decrease from this time last year of March 2024. Now, as far as closed sales, you can see that just this past month, we had a 40% spike in closed sales volume. Now, this is most likely due to the seasonality that we are in. We are heading into spring and summer where a lot more buyers are entering into the market. So that could be a reason for this spike. And we can probably expect something similar within these next few months. However, though, you can see that in January and February, we were only at about 600 to 700 in closed sales volume, which is the lowest it's been all year. Now, heading on over to days on market, the current average days on market right now is 32. This is a slight decrease from last month and an increase from this time last year, a 33% increase. In January, this average number was at 45, and in February, it was at 33. Now, another key factor to look on this chart is the new listings. As you can see, the number of new listings that came onto the market this past month is right around 2,000, which is a 13% increase from last month and a 36% increase from this time last year. One key thing to look at is that we had 2,000 new listings onto the market and 1,000 closed sales. So as of this past month, active inventory is up towards 3,900. This number is a 7% increase from last month and a 77% increase from this time last year. We are right at a 4-month supply of inventory. This is a 25% decrease from last month. So as you can see, last month we were at 5-month supply of inventory, and in January we were right at 6-month supply of inventory. So we have seen a slight decrease in supply of inventory, which is good to see for sellers. However, this 4-month supply of inventory is a 77% increase from this time last year. So what exactly does all of this mean for buyers and sellers? What we are seeing is an uptick in active listings in Jacksonville, which indicates a substantial increase in available homes for sale. And with that being the case, you also see that we are currently at 4 month supply of inventory. So what we are seeing exactly is a shift from a seller's market transitioning into a more balanced market and pushing heavily into a buyer's market. However, though, as you can see, looking at the most recent market data as of March 2025, a lot more buyers have started coming into the market just this past month. So we'll have to see how this all plays out within these next few months, but it is starting to transition more into a buyer's market. So, what does this mean exactly for buyers and sellers? Well, let's start off with buyers first. So, buyers, the increase in inventory gives you guys a lot more options and negotiating power, which is something that we haven't seen these past few years. With that being the case, my advice for any of you buyers out there is to take your time and try not to rush anything. You have a lot of inventory out there, so take your time, relax, and get the home that you actually want. Now, one key stat to look at for you buyers out there is to make sure you are checking the number of days a home has been listed for sale on the market. The longer a home sits on the market, the more negotiating power you have as a buyer. For example, if you see a home that has just been listed on the market for about a week, the chances of them coming down on price is fairly slim, right? On the other hand, if you see a home that has been listed on the market for, let's say, over 2 months, the seller may be willing to negotiate much more as they may begin to start to feel a little bit more impatient. Now, for any of you sellers out there, my key advice is to make sure you are pricing your home competitively, especially as we are heading into the spring and summer seasons, where a lot more buyers are entering the market. Another thing you must do in this current market condition is to make sure you are setting realistic price expectation. A lot of homes are sitting on the market right now simply because many sellers are still comparing their prices to their home in 2021 and 2022. And that reasoning right there could be a factor as to why we are seeing an increase in active inventory because many sellers aren't pricing their homes competitively. If you are pricing your home competitively, odds are is that it's going to sell. Now, sellers in this market, you are going to be in competition with a bunch of other sellers. So you are going to want to stand out as much as possible. And one big way to do that is to get professional photos done for your home. So if you are working with an agent, make sure that they are getting professional photos done for your home, especially in this type of market when you are going to need to stand out as a seller as much as possible. So that's it. Just wanted to come at you with a new market report here in Jacksonville, Florida. And like I mentioned, if you have any real estate needs, I'll have my contact information in the description down below. So feel free to reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help however I can. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.